My name is Madden, and I am a photographer and mixed media artist. And I come in here to kind of put stream of consciousness on paper or canvas. I shoot digitally, and so I crave analog and getting my hands dirty. And I am really, really grateful that I have a space and time and lifestyle that supports it. The pieces that are on board, on wood, that kind of stemmed from this Holly Roberts workshop that I took at the Arts 2 years ago. Her whole thing is mixing photography with collage, which is what I do too. So these are mostly, they're my photos mixed with found photos, mixed with other papers and paints and odds and ends and things that I find, and scribble and whatever else. And it just is sort of a way to kind of work my energy out. I don't always know. In fact, I often don't have a plan. It's like I might have a little bit of a vision of what I want to see, but it always ends up being way better or way, way, way worse, you know? But that's the beautiful thing about mixed media, is that you can just keep working on it till it comes back around. I am a photographer primarily. When Sandy Maggio and I opened Smith & Lens, we opened it as a place to showcase our art. And then we wanted to have rotating artists every month. So she had this table, in fact, this table that I have now destroyed with my paint, she had it covered in shiny, beautiful objects that she made. All of her jewelry, you know what she did, like incredible, she's a silversmith. And people would just be like moths to a flame to it. And I had my photos all over the wall, and everybody would be like, anyway, you know? And it just became, and then we did show other photographers' work, and it became clear to me that it was really kind of hard to sell photography to the world of people who own, everybody has a digital camera on their phone. And so, and because selling had to happen so that we could pay the rent and all the other expenses that come with having a gallery, I started adding mixed media to my digital prints and did transfer processes and other things that were, that had an element of chance to them. So things became originals in the way that like everyone understands that, you know? So, and then I kind of just loved it, you know? And I mean, it's tough because everything is a potential art supply. Like my hoarding tendencies have gotten totally out of control, as evidenced by this space. But, and while I wish this space was much bigger, maybe it's better it isn't. I mean, I don't know where ideas come from. I read in Big Magic that they don't belong to us. They just exist on their own in the world, and then one might visit you, and if you don't act on it, then it goes and finds somebody else, some other host, you know? Yeah. But that, I think that I've said many times, that's the beauty of a small town, is that you have to make your own stuff happen. Well, it's the only small town I've ever lived in, so it's the only small town I know. But you know, I think that this community is supportive of artists, and I guess always has been. Certainly before we got here, they were. I think that you have to, first you have to like leave your hole that you live in, go out into the world, and be supportive of people who are taking risks and doing things instead of sitting on the sidelines and complaining that you don't like what someone else is doing. Go do something. What can other communities learn about building community from us? First, you have to like leave your hole that you live in, go out into the world, and be supportive of people who are taking risks and doing things instead of sitting on the sidelines and complaining that you don't like what someone else is doing. Go do something.